If you're looking to lose 20, 30 kilos and literally change who you are as a person when you lose that much weight, 8-week challenges and fad diets and these sporadic motivational periods in your life are not going to get you there. I run through about 50, 60 clients doing nutrition plans weekly, and I've done so for about 3 years. And I can see in these pool of individuals that are looking to lose a substantial amount of weight, they always seem to plateau or eventually lose momentum. And we see them in 6 to 12 months and they put all the weight back on. Now, when you go through these quick diets and you go on these calorie deficits, your metabolism drops. And what happens is how you put the weight on so quickly. We have a certain amount of fat cells, and when you put on a lot of weight in your lifetime, you create more of these fat cells. And when you lose weight, these shrink. When you go back to your old dietary habits, it's a lot quicker for those existing fat cells just to fill up again. So I constantly see over a 2-month period, people putting on 10 kilos rapidly with ease. And that's because of the explanation of the fat cells. So what can you do to eventually get to your goal of losing 20, 30 kilos? And it could take some time. And the only way to achieve this is to literally change the foundation of how you see exercise and how you see food. You have to redefine your relationship. I like to explain it in this way. You have a baseline standard, and when you do lack motivation or when holidays come around, you fall down to this new standard. And for you to achieve a large amount of weight loss, I can apply a couple of actions that can get you there. First and foremost, the most important, it's not how much broccoli or how much protein you eat. It's how consistent you are with exercise. Your body is in a constant state of adaptation. If you put your arm in a cast and leave it there for 4 to 6 weeks, it will literally be a lot smaller and weaker than the next arm. So your body's constantly adapting to its environment. And I'm not telling you to go train 4 to 6 days a week, but there is a scientific rule that all humans apply. If you stimulate your biceps with some bicep curls, you're telling the body that it needs to get stronger in that area. So there's a spike. And after about a 3-week period, that starts to reverse those effects of those bicep curls. So you do not need to train each body part once a week, aka going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. You can stimulate a body part once every 2 weeks. So if you're going to the gym once to twice a week and hitting all the body parts, so you can do a lower body day, an upper body day, you could even do once a week doing an all body day. So baseline activity, going to the gym once to twice a week is sufficient. But what a lot of people don't see is that you do this for your lifetime. So you get into the mindset that this is your baseline. You go to the gym once a week to stimulate the body, and you can stimulate the body fortnightly per muscle group, and you'll be shocked at the results. And now, when we talk about food, I'll put a link in the information below of what I call protein in a day. You have to understand the basics of how much protein you usually eat in a meal. So say, you know, if you were to eat Greek yogurt, you eat this much Greek yogurt. If you eat chicken, you eat this much chicken. If you eat eggs, you eat this many eggs, and so on and so forth. So you know subconsciously when you go to create a meal, you know basically how much protein to eat on a plate. The next thing is to enjoy yourself only once a week. Go out to dinner once a week, one meal, and enjoy yourself. So if you're going and exercising once to twice per week, you know how much protein to add on each meal. You're enjoying yourself once a week. This is not an 8-week crash diet. This is your baseline to do for a lifetime. And you have to get used to that, because losing a substantial amount of weight is going to take a spiritual and mental shift for you to reach that goal. I'm Mike, I'm an accredited nutritionist. If you have any questions or have any thoughts, I encourage you to leave it in the comments below. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.